there, Kira here with a scrapbook layout process video for Citrus Twist for March. So I'm using just the March main scrapbooking kit for this layout, and you can kind of see I've got things laid out how I want them. So I'm thinking kind of like this vertical design for my layout here, and I'm scrapbooking this picture of my son Elliot. And this was actually on Super Bowl Sunday. It was like 80 degrees outside that day. And so he's just like running outside in a diaper, and he was just playing in dirt. When I went outside, I caught him kind of playing in dirt. So I got a picture of him smiling and being cute, and that is what I'm scrapbooking today. So there's this frame in the ephemera pack. This is from the Here and There collection. And it's like a rose gold on top and then white on the bottom. And I used the stamp set, the exclusive Citrus Twist stamp set that's included in this month's kit. And I stamped Snapshot just right below the frame, and it kind of fit just perfectly in that spot. So I thought that was cute. So I layered up behind my photo. I used part of there's a cut apart sheet in the kit that's from the Here and There collection, and so I used one of the cards that I cut apart because usually when I get a cut apart sheet included in a kit, I just cut it up right away and just throw it in with the rest of the kit. So if it's a cut apart sheet with journaling cards, I just cut them all up. And just use them kind of however I feel like it. So I could have used the reverse side as a layering piece if I wanted, but in this case, I'm using the side, whatever, the A side, I guess, of the card as a layering piece, because I really liked that pop of orange because it kind of tied in with that terracotta pot that's next to Elliot. And then I used one of the other cut apart cards that's going to kind of serve as my title. So I'm going to kind of layer that beside my photo. And what else can I say about this? Yeah, I'm just going to, I used a little glassine bag that was also included in the kit. It held the cork pieces, and that's what I layered behind the photo. So it's like photo, glassine bag, and then that journaling card. And that's how I layered them up. And I just stapled them together to kind of hold them together and then glued it down. And then the rest of what you see is basically from the ephemera pack from the Here and There collection. So I liked this little piece that said explore, and I'm going to use this leaf. It's green. Not a whole lot of green in the photo. There's little bits of green in the grass, but our grass is pretty yellow right now because it's been so hot and sunny and not very rainy, but it's starting to get green again because it's been rainy the past few days. But I decided to pop some green in there just to give it another color. And I'm kind of just roughing up the edges of everything just to kind of give it a little bit more texture and dimension. So see, I just kind of rubbed my nail along the edges of all the journaling cards. I kind of folded up the leaf. Oh, and then I spilled water all over my desk, you guys. It was like a giant panic moment, but I always keep a cup of water for my watercolors on my desk, and I knocked it over and it spilled all over my paper, and what a nightmare. Anyways, please tell me that this has happened to one of you guys, because how embarrassing. I'm filming and it's water everywhere. Anyways, I got a new sheet of white cardstock. Luckily, I had some in my stash, and I just basically started putting things down exactly where they were. So you'll see that I've kind of folded up the leaf so it gives a little bit more texture. I kind of curled that arrow that says this way. I kind of curled that as well, and then I bumped that up on some foam too. And the little tags, I also curled those a little bit to give them a little bit more texture and dimension as well. I added another little leaf that was the rose gold color, and then this little piece of blue, because since Elliot has blue in his shirt, I really wanted to bring in all of the colors that were kind of in the photo. So the orange from the pot, the blue from his shirt. There's lots of kind of browns and stuff in the photo, and then a little bit of green. And so those are kind of the colors that I stuck with. this little go now piece, that little arrow, that was from the cut apart sheet from the kit. And I love that it's kind of that same orange color that's in the Here and There collection. So I decided to pop a little bit of that down there. And now I'm just trying to like remember where I had things because sometimes that happens, or I'm like, okay, this is perfect. I want it just like this. And then it's not what I want at all. And so then I have to kind of rearrange. So I'm just using, little pieces from the ephemera. I decided to use some of the cork pieces on here as well, just because they have that natural colors that goes with the browns, I guess. So I use 2 of those. One says you and one says now. And then to repeat that circle shape, I use that little northeast, southwest little thing. I don't know. It's like what would you call that? A compass? It's not really a compass. Anyways, I use a little directional piece in there. The only thing I'm bringing in for my stash here is this little thin jute. And so I'm going to just put some in these little tags. They're my favorite pieces in the entire collection. They're like little motel room key things, key ring holders, whatever. They're super cute, but they're in that orange color and that blue color. So I wanted to use both of those just to bring in those colors again. And so I just strung those up with the jute twine, and I'm going to bump one of them up on some foam, and then leave the other one just down. And I kind of tuck the jute underneath one of the little pieces of ephemera, and the other one I'm going to eventually, I think I do it off camera, I staple it to that Run Away With Me card. And I think this is a good example of like using, like, this is like, it's a travel themed collection, this Here and There collection. I mean, it's amazing and I love it. I love the colors in it. I think it's an awesome collection, but it's very travel themed. But we don't travel like ever. The last time we traveled was when we moved down to San Antonio, and that wasn't really like traveling. We were like moving. So, but you don't have to use this for travel pictures. I think it works really well for like these everyday kind of photos too. So yeah, just use it however you want, I guess. So now I really want to use one of these flares, and these were in the kit, and they're super cute. And I really like this Let's Go one. But it was black, and I have that black arrow that was like right across from there, and it was bugging me. Like my eye was just like going back and forth between the black, and I didn't like that. And so I tried like there was like a rose gold one. This was like Wild and Free, and that was really cute. But I had the rose gold arrow that was like right above that. And so I kept trying the different, the different flares, and none of them were really working. And so I was like, well, let me try this little globe, because it's got the blue and the green, and I've got both of those colors on my page. And so I used that there, and I was like, well, that works. But if you had seen, I had a green heart down below, and the green heart was kind of bugging me that it was so close. I took the green heart off from the bottom and replaced it with a black heart. And those are from Pink Fresh Studio. And the one thing I always forget about Pink Fresh Studio is that their products, like their stickers, are really sticky. Like they're the only ones in the whole scrapbook industry that are like really sticky. And so I stuck one up above, and I wanted to move it, and it kind of ripped off my paper a little bit. But I don't think you can really tell in the close-ups at the end. You won't be able to see that it was ripped up. But anyways, I'm finishing off my page with a date stamp and some black splatters, and then I call it done. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys soon with another scrapbook layout process video. Have a good day. Bye.